Hello, hello, hello. My name is Sam, otherwise known as Function. Back again with another cast for Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. My favourite game of all time. Let's just get straight into it. Over here in the blue, playing Aeon, we've got Fallen, rated 1742 at the minute, and in the red, playing UEF, Commander Adama. 200 or so points between these two in terms of rating. Always like an underdog story. Let's see if Commander Adama can break through the barrier, win the game. Always like a UEF win, UEF player myself. First land, let's have a look at this. Looks like third air, I think. Yeah, third air. Fallen. No air yet. No second factory, in fact, queued up for Adama. Let's take a look at the map real quickly. Abhor. I think this might be my new favourite map. I think it's a fantastic map. Looks great, plays great. Pretty simple, and it's reasonably open, but you've got a lot of terrain in the form of cliffs and water that make the battles a little bit more interesting. You got to hold certain parts of the map. I think it's a fantastic map. There's a fair amount of mass lying around at the start of the game. Looks like we've got in total just over 12,000 mass. 2 wrecks here, about 500 mass sitting there, about 600 or 700 mass sitting in the back pool as well. There's also, this is a very important site here, looks like about 800 mass. So I imagine we'll see both players moving reasonably early towards this mass point, and likewise trying to deny the other player from getting that mass. Very important for feeding that build order. Looks like we've got one Mech Marine out for Commander Adama. He's got another one in the back. This Mech Marine already made its way around the east side, trying to get into the back, get an engineer kill if it can. There is a gap here. If it goes too far to one side, it'll get killed by an Aurora or the commander. May get through. Fallen will hear the gunshots, will bring his Aurora over. With Micro, nope. Engineers get that reclaim order off very quickly. Duh, says Commander Adama. Not happy with how he played that. 2 strikers out now for Adama. Just the one Aurora at the minute. One more rolling off for Fallen. The commanders will probably move into the middle. This is what usually happens. Commanders secure these 2 mexes and then fight over the middle. The middle, very, very important in terms of map control. There's a decent amount of reclaim, maybe 2,000 reclaim, 3,000 maybe. In the form of stones and trees, but excuse me. Map control is the name of the game when it comes to the middle section here. Got these 4 ramps leading on and off the middle section. Very important for getting into the other player's base. Getting in at the sides of their forward bases here. Yeah, Adama moving his comm forward first. Taking a quick break, and then he's gonna build 2 mexes. Nothing else queued up just yet. Fallen electing to keep that build power in his base. Currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 queuing. Just about finished his 6th land factory with 1 air factory there. Commander Adama just about halfway through his 4th land factory, 1 air factory already built. So Adama certainly slower on the factory side of things, a little bit lower on the total mass. Not sure how much of that is reclaim. Yeah, a couple hundred more reclaim for Fallen. Income pretty similar, 21 to 19. We'll take a look at that later on when it becomes more relevant. A little bit of a scout on scout engagement here. The Spirit does come out on top. A striker will actually get 1 Aurora kill before it gets surrounded there. Strikers with more than double the HP of an Aurora, just 140 for an Aurora, 300 for a Striker, but Aurora's with the better mobility and range. This Striker managed to get into range here, so it will take out the Aurora quite easily. 2 to 2 here. Again, the Aurora's straying into range, not making use of their big range advantage. Strikers will come out on top. Pretty healthy there, 252 hit points left on that Striker. Another engagement here. Now we can see Aurora using their range advantage. Striker's going to back off. Spirit is the only one that is firing, but it goes down to a one shot. Small air engagement. Commander Adama just floating his interceptors over the base of Fallen, so that interceptors get shot down as soon as they come out. 4 interceptors for Adama. 1 bomber out. See what he gets done with that. Looks like an Aurora or 2 found their way into the range of this plasma cannon. Did get taken out. Looks like we've got another 5 Aurora staying out of a PD range, but in range to kill this Mex, and then they will back off. No factory yet here for Adama, so he does want to be a little bit careful with that engineer. Now this bomber doing work to the Aurora. Aurora, again, with their very low hit points, will get one shot by any T1 bomber in the game, to my knowledge, unless they dodge. He's just going to walk back into the fire there. 2 shots will be enough to finish the kill. Fallen seems to have got those 5 Aurora that were over here in behind Adama's comm. Adama not aware of it just yet. Let's see what he can see. He does have radar. He's got a radar here and here. Not sure how he's seeing that actually. Interesting. We'll see it eventually, and PD has gone up, so this expansion will be safe. Aurora again skirting around the edges of this point defense's range, taking out Mexes here. Not enough Strikers to defend. Seymour have been called in, got a couple of rally points sent over to this side. Neither player has set up much of a base on the triple Mex over the side. Adama still has yet to take that important reclaim. On the other side, Fallen has already taken his reclaim. Fallen quicker on the draw for building the Mexes, almost finished the 3rd one there. We'll queue up a factory, just going to get an attack move for that NG. Dropship there has come out for Commander Adama. I should have mentioned there are is that 6, 8 Mexes total on these cliff tops, the plateaus. Can be pretty useful. Once you get control of those, it can be pretty hard for the other player to take back control. We've got a very successful raid in the bottom here. 4 Strikers and a Snoop able to take out 2 Mexes. Not going to finish off the 3rd. You hate to see it. These Strikers will die eventually, so they might as well take out this Mex. PD going to get taken out. It's on 7, 8 kills, 9, 10 kills before it dies there to the Fervors, the T1 mobile artillery for Fallen. He's going to adjust the sound here. Commander's coming to blows now. Adama with that extra 1,000 hit points on his UAF commander does have a slight advantage, but he's going to elect to back off. He knows that there are far more Aurora than Striker in this vicinity. And Fallen just going to suck up this mass. There's 1,300 mass there. He's going to secure most of it for himself. Looks like some more Strikers in a raiding position. Going to take out 2 more Mexes here. These Strikers actually have never been killed. They're going to move forward now. No radar in the back and no spirits. So the Strikers are going to go unmolested as they come in for another quick raid. Going to get some kills on the Aurora and the landed interceptors. Finally, Fallen notices what's going on. Not quick enough to save 2 of those interceptors though. Fallen has straight into range of this point defense, so he's going to go down to 5,000 HP. He wants to be careful. Lobo's coming in. With Micro, he'll be able to dodge most of those shots, but if he doesn't dodge them, they will knock off quite a lot of hit points. Down under 4,000 HP, 3,500 there. Aurora able to float across this water. They won't be able to get up over this cliff. This is still not accessible by Aurora, but they can float across this water. Small advantage, I suppose. Higher numbers for the Aurora here, and their better range, but they are losing a fight with the ground. Change targets there, and very nice overcharge comes in for Fallen, takes out 4 units at once, the other 2 cleared up by the strikers there. Small air engagement, looks like neither player getting too close. We've got Blazes out, Tech 2 confirmed. There it is, the T2 HQ. Do we have any support factories? 2 are being upgraded currently. There's a 3rd one. Do you have any tech on this side? We do have Tech 2 HQ pillars coming out there for Adama, so both players reach the Tech 2 stage of the game. 2 unfortunate strikers trying to do what they can. Doesn't look like they're going to get much done. Again, the Aurora using their range to harass these strikers. Strikers are getting some shots off, but there are really just too many Aurora there. Blaze is coming around the right hand side. Like I said last time, Blazes did get a recent buff. We've got one in the back here. Blaze is much cheaper than they were before, and I think better speed and DPS. So he's trying to get the hydrocarbon, but a pillar and 2 strikers will prevent that. There is a spirit there, just gonna get it. Is that 2 DPS off onto the hydrocarbon? Not sure if Adama's noticed, and he's going to send a bomber out to look for it. Adama's dropship has dropped some units onto these plateaus, so he's got 4 mexes to his name there once he finishes building this one. Fallen, conversely, only managed to get 3 mexes so far, but this plateau is still up for grabs. Looks like this spirit is just about managing to evade the bomber. The bomber just getting its bombs off, and the spirit stops in its tracks, dodging, does get taken out eventually. 4 blazes here, taking out Lobos and strikers. These interceptors do not want to land here. Blazes with a pretty decent range and fire rate, so they will take out those interceptors quickly, unless they just roll straight on by there. Bomber's going to do their best to take this out, but looks like the Blaze will get into the back, dealing damage to a lot of the power here. Let's take a quick look at Adama's power situation. He's got quite a lot of excess power, actually. Has he got anything paused? No, so that does seem to be his true power income. Looks like some Blazes have got into this forward base here, but lots of PDs, lots of strikers, a couple pillars in the mix, 3 pillars there. Will make light work of that. It's a fair amount, about 1,500, about 1,000 mass in reclaim there for Adama to pick up. Be happy with that. Reclaim totals. Fallen definitely in the lead, 3,300, 3,400 mass in the lead in terms of reclaim, but total mass pretty similar, although Fallen has caught up in terms of generated economy, so I think this number will this gap will stay fairly steady. Only 2,000 or 3,000 in it, not huge. Got a T2P gen here for Fallen. Are we going to see the same on this side? Yeah, T2P gen. Another air factory, and the T2 air factory has been started for Adama. Commanders. Fallen's commander at least taking some shots. It's got that range upgrade and the speed upgrade to be able to deal some damage here. Sends an overcharge, and a few more shots will take out this PD. That T2 air factory has been completed for Adama. Let's see what he gets done with it. Where's Adama's column? There it is. Pretty significant force of Lobos and Pillars. Couple strikers in the mix there as well for good measure. Getting into the base of Fallen. He is erecting some PDs there. And Blazes are fending off the incursion while the PD can get set up. PD going to get taken out almost instantly. Lots of engineers bite the dust there. T2 engineer dying. There is one more T2 engineer just here. Looks like Fallen not microing the situation. Looks like he's probably got his attention focused over here. Let's run into 3 point defenses. He's got to break through those walls first. He needs to really use his overcharge soon. Takes one PD out, another PD goes down. Is he going to use his overcharge here? Does he have the power for it? He does. Oh no! Excuse me, he doesn't. I think. Yes, I think this was a power storage, so Fallen no longer has access to that overcharge. We do see the Janus coming in, putting some damage down onto this T2 power generator. Don't have a second T2 P-Gen for Fallen, so he's gonna be pretty unhappy with that loss. T2 engineer trying to build on the wreckage, but the fire from the Janus' bombs will destroy the wreckage there and destroy the building as it tries to get produced. So no reclaim, no wreckage for Fallen to pick up. Lasers are coming in to kill these units, but that's a pretty big blow for Fallen, I would say. Keeping topped up on power though, so not too bad actually. Both players fine for power. Better income for Adama. He's putting out a lot more air units, so that makes sense. Take a look at these interceptors. 25 fueled interceptors with +5 unfueled. Fallen. No interceptors that I can see. He's got one dropship. Got a couple interceptors actually, my mistake, just the 2. Gonna have to build up a much bigger number than that. I think he's gonna have to start building some flak pretty soon. And he's got a T1 anti-air in his base, but I would suggest getting some mobile flak up. Those T2 mobile flak units, very good at clearing out interceptors. Lasers pushing back Adama's forces. Not very many pillars, just a few in the mix there. 4 that I can see, and just a lot of T1 units. The Blazers will get a lot of kills there. Maybe 20 odd kills between them. Adama does not have the gun upgrade on his comm, so he will be significantly outranged by Fallen. Does have the T2 upgrade and 1 level of veterancy, so he's pretty beefy on that UEF commander. Don't be too worried. Single engineer dies to this overcharge here. Adama picks the other one up with regular shots. Fallen finally taking this this last P-Gen. Let's take a look at how many T2 P-Gens they both have, because it looks like 6 there for Adama. He's taking advantage of the plateau. It's got T2 economy there. It's like 8 in the hands of Fallen. But 5 pillars in the back here. Almost took down this hydrocarbon. Deciding it's not worth it. Gonna go after the mechs instead. That's a T2 mechs down. Just down to 7 now for Fallen. Adama with a pretty significant mass per tick lead. 10 or 13 there. Mass income. Fallen though, looks like he's got quite a lot more reclaim. Yeah, a lot more reclaim. 8,000 more reclaim, putting Fallen above on total mass. Theoretically, Fallen should have more units out, but it doesn't look to be the case. Let's take a quick look at those land numbers. Got 24 Lobos, 36 pillars. Do we have any strikers left? We must do, right? Just a couple strikers. Mostly Lobos and pillars though. Fallen on the other hand, building blazes. Only has 11 blazes left. A lot of them have been killed. These pillars still wreaking havoc. One of them has gone down, but shields, the asylums have come out for Adama. I think they've got 3,500 hit points on those shields. Very squishy once the shield goes down, but that's a lot of HP for these pillars to chew through. We'll go after T1 Land Factory, but I think they're all going to get killed very soon. We do still have Auroras being built. Fallen, that may be a problem. Play's just getting taken out there by T1 bombers. Adama has a very significant lead in the air as well. Dominating the airspace. Looks like he's got map control as well. A lot of red, a lot of denied mexes here for Fallen. Certainly these two and these two mexes should, by rights, belong to him. Adama doing a very good job of denying those mexes. On the left hand side here, Adama pushing in, taking out another two T1 mexes. No answer really from Fallen. He does have a couple flaks out now. You can see 3 there. Sorry, Fallen. He's hoping no one watches this video, but here we are. I think he's doing well with the resources that he's got. Adama is sending out some torpedo bombers so that Fallen can't use this pool as a safe haven. Fallen now 7,000 hit points on that comm. He's got 1 level of veterancy. Should be okay for the minute. He's got a decent number of units. He's got T3 land. I forgot to mention that earlier. He's got Harbingers out now. It's like 1 Harbinger, 2 Harbingers. They will do work. He's got a lot of power. Definitely not worried about those shields blinking on and off. It's an extra, what is that, 1,000 hit points for those Harbingers in the form of that shield there. Line of PD goes down, T1 PD with a very high DPS. Only 1 gets completed, the other engineer gets killed there. Looks like this triad, P2 point defense, T2 point defense, getting that engineer kill. 5 Harbingers now, taking out all those pillars. If Fallen can keep up his reclaim game, I think he'll be in a pretty good spot. He's still on top in terms of total mass. Like I say, doing pretty well with the limited map control that he's got available to him at the minute. Bombers coming in, but like I said, flak out now for Adama. And as I suspected, those bombers not getting a lot done, just 1 pass. The AoE from the flak making light work of them. Fallen does want to be pretty careful though. He's down into the red, about 2,000 hit points there. He's got a 2nd level of veterancy, but even with that, under 2,000 hit points now. Bombers coming in, still not really going to be able to do very much. T3 land started for Adama. Let's take a look at his econ. Not stalling, got a lot of mass in the bank there. Wants to get some more engineers assisting this HQ. I want to see that built as quickly as possible. This forward position, all the PDs taken out by the Harbingers there. Harbingers are a decent unit. Feel like a poor man's brick to me, but that's just my opinion. The Cybran brick, I feel, is the best T3 land unit available. Most all-round unit. A lot of T2 mexes now for Adama. Got some very far up. Looks like he's got 12 T2 mexes. 9 for Fallen, so a significant difference, but not too ridiculous. The Lobos killing the mexes and the Rex back here. Fallen gonna have to send back some units to retake this area. This engineer gonna start work on the mexes, but they won't last very long if Adama micros those Lobos well. Harbinger's about to get into range of a lot of interceptors here. Adama does want to be careful, doesn't want to let his interceptors go to waste. Fallen's interceptors, despite being much lower on numbers, are being used much more effectively. Going to get 1 kill on a Janus. Going to go after the 2nd one, but looks like Adama finally bringing his interceptors to life. Going to save this Janus, I would imagine. Quite a lot of Harbingers out now. 14 Harbingers, no T3 land. as of yet. 70% built in that factory for Adama. Shield comes back just in the nick of time, but not going to be enough. That Harbinger did have one level of veterancy. This one also has one vet. Probably quite a lot of mass here. Yeah, each of those Harbingers worth 660 mass. There's one wreck back here. I think there are probably a couple there already being sucked up by Fallen. Again, 33,000 reclaim for Fallen versus 14,000 for Adama. That massive reclaim lead is very much keeping Fallen in the game, actually still holding on to that, that total mass lead for him. Down to 2 Harbingers in the middle there. They're going to take out the TTPD that was there. Going to work on this T1PD, but it is surrounded by walls. And looks like those Harbingers are going to go out. One of them died. So the Plasma Cannon going to get its first level of veterancy. Slowly recharge its HP. Lonely Blaze not doing a whole lot of anything. Going to go down to a couple of pillars there. 3 more Harbingers have been moved up, going to take out this T1PD, start work on the Triad, and it goes down pretty quickly. Janus is coming in, 4 of them. Looks like the Harbinger's going to dodge a lot of the damage. Not all of it though. Those Harbingers really should be paired up more closely with these Ascendants, the T2 Flak. Really pretty vital, I would say, for Fallen being able to use these Harbingers successfully. Six Harbingers over here. Looks like Adama doesn't have much of an answer. He does have a significant encampment up here, 41 PDs, 2 T2 PDs and another one being built, and a shield there with 9,000 points on the shield. T2 UEF shield, very strong. And the Harbingers walking into the range of all that high DPS point defense. Take down the shield. 2 Harbingers have gone down. Another one comes in at the back here. Shield down on this Harbinger. A couple of power shields come in. Those T1 PDs going down. Harbinger staying alive for now. This Harbinger looking pretty dicey. All the PD is down now, and the rest of the units will be cleared up by these Harbingers. Very good job there from Fallen. Hastily trying to build T1 PD here, but not going to be successful. PD back here is going to take out one unit. Finally paired up that flak with his Harbingers, but allowed it into range of the PD, so not as useful as it should be. Bombers coming over, lots of T1 bombers. I've seen those used a fair amount recently, quite effective it seems, cost effective against all those T3 units, especially when you have air control and the T2 flak units go down. 3 Triads up now, doing their best, and the Harbingers will just retreat there. I did see a Percy or 2. So we've got 2 Percys in the game currently, 3 Percys there. Percys with quite a lot of hit points, 7,200 hit points on each of those. No shield, the Harbingers. They don't have that survivability, that regen that the Harbingers have, but beefy units, big alpha damage, 1 shot every 3 seconds I believe, changed from 4 seconds to 3 seconds in a recent patch. And bombers coming in, raiding the base of Fallen. They will get 1 T2 PGen. There's 2 more to keep Fallen healthy. Let's see how his energy is doing. He is just stalling now. He's got 2 T3 support factories. That'll Sucking quite a lot of that power. 3 support factories, I should say. Maybe 5, in fact. Yeah, 5 support factories plus the HQ here. 2 of those T2 PGens will go down. 1 PGen being built here. He's stalling quite hard. Really needs to get that PGen up as soon as possible. I would recommend pausing some factories here. Harbinger doing what it can. It's got a couple kills there. Percival is going to come in. One shots the shield. Believe it's... I think it's... not sure how much damage it's done there. 1200 or something. Oh no. More like 1400 damage per shot there. T2 mechs looking like it might go down to this Janus that's just gone off map. Line of T1 anti-air, but Fallen I think still... well, he's now struggling with mass. Big stall there. 200 mass stall with only 84 income. The mechs will go down. T2 mechs, Fallen really can't afford that, I would say. Adama has taken a total mass lead. Fallen on... hold on here. 80 mass per tick income. Commander Adama up to 124 there, so pretty significant lead for Adama. Do have an advantage in terms of T3 units for Fallen though. Got quite a lot of Harbingers out. 18 Harbingers there, plus just the 1 Redeemer T3 mobile anti-air. Good idea from him, I think. Protect those Harbingers from all the bombers that are coming out from the red side. Harbinger's such a good unit. Especially when you get them in numbers like this, they do work. Although, it's Fallen still not got control of his power, so these Harbingers will not be able to make much use of their shields. You can see them blinking on off there. These Harbingers go down from 4,500 to 3,500 HP just because you don't have enough power. We've got T3 mobile artillery, the Serenity there. Very low HP on this Harbinger, got a lot of power shields with it. Looks like Fallen might have got control of his power now. Yep, he has. Harbingers, significant group of Harbingers here. 10 Harbingers plus that T3 mobile anti-air, gonna break through this forward base. 4 Triads in the back. Harbingers really need to get into range. Gonna walk straight towards them there. Should be able to take down those Triads. Triads with good range, but their DPS not especially good. Certainly compared to T1 PD. And the last of the Triads goes down. A couple T1 bombers out. I don't think the Harbingers will be too worried about that. 2 T1 PDs there. Harbingers not using their range advantage. 1 PD goes down. This Harbinger raid looking pretty dangerous actually. All the PD has gone down. 2 Percivals in the base will not be enough to defend. 1 Percy goes down. 1 Percy has just come off the conveyor belt over here. Almost killed this Harbinger. That very slow fire rate and just misses the Harbinger that it was trying to shoot at. Oh no, it did just change targets, quite unfortunately. 2 Harbingers gone down. Fair amount of T1 power has gone down, but I don't imagine Adama will be too upset about that. He's got a lot of excess power, 3,000 excess power there with this T3 PGen. And the last of the Harbingers just about to go down. So in the end, could have been a pretty nasty raid, but minimal damage I would say in the end, and quite a lot of mass. As you can see, 10,000 mass on the screen there for Adama to pick up. This Harbinger is actually doing some reclaiming of its own. It's always useful. Very nice to see Fallen using that. You don't see that used too often at the lower ratings. Certainly not at my level. My humble level. I'm getting a couple engineer kills, gonna get a kill on that T1 Max. Fallen not looking too good on the mass income, 71 to 136 for Adama. Adama has taken a 12 or 13,000 mass lead in terms of total mass now. Reclaim still looking much healthier for Fallen, but like I said, about 10,000 mass here for Adama to pick up with his engineers as he pleases. I'm not sure if that was just a low HP Percival or maybe an overcharge coming out. Fallen 3 vet levels plus 8,000 HP on that shield, so he's looking pretty healthy. Lots of engineers going down to the Lobos. Not the best micro for Fallen as his units bump into each other, slowing them down. Bomber's coming out again, gonna take out these shields, trying to put some damage down with this commander, but got his 4th level of vet now, so he won't be too worried about that. T2 anti-air, plus lots of static T1 anti-air, gonna take those bombers out before they can do too much more damage. A couple of asylums went down there, I think, lots of engineers. I hate to see civilian casualties. Lobo's going down to these harbingers. With a very slow fire rate. Very easy to dodge, really. A couple of Percys in the back, wreaking havoc. An Oblivion turret goes down. Let's see what these Percys can do. Doesn't look like they're being microed in the minute. Adama probably has his focus set on these bombers, not sure. Looks like Percys, yeah, still not doing much. Does Adama have radar over here? No, he doesn't, so these Percys not going to be able to get the fullest use of their range. They'll only be able to shoot what's in their vision. This T3 support factory going to go down there. Percys have started moving. They stopped firing at that support factory. One more shot will do it, surely. Dama, please. All 3 Percys shooting 1 engineer. Definitely not the best use of their resources. Harbinger almost gets 1 shot as soon as it comes out the factory. There we go. Stray shots killing some T1 static anti-air there. Looks like the bombers have managed to take out this other T1 mechs. Air engagement has Fallen. It's built up a half decent number of interceptors. Looks like they will get taken out by overwhelming forces from Adama now, though. They'll do their best to get a couple of kills. They are being microed, so maybe they will be able to escape. No T3 air yet for either side. There's just T1 air, in fact, Fallen, so just pumping out interceptors at a leisurely rate. Quite a lot of Percys on board now for Adama. Let's see how many he's got. He's got 19 Percivals to just find one. 15 Harbingers for Fallen. One Harbinger trying to do what it can in the back here. Would have been nice to get this T2PD with associated mass storage. Alas, not so. This hydrocarbon never got rebuilt. Not really that important this stage in the game. Just 100 energy per tick from those hydrocarbons. It's chump change really when you've got T3 power generators on both sides of the map. Looks like we've got a Continental T3 transport out for Adama. He's putting a lot of work into that power. It's got 5,000 excess power at the minute. Not sure he has the mass to spend that power, to be honest, but to each his own, I suppose. Commander coming out. 5 veterancies now on that commander for Fallen. Shield has gone down. Did see a nice overcharge or 2 in there. Yeah, it's got quite a lot of power. That overcharge will do quite a lot of damage. Should be able to one-shot any Percival, I believe. Adama flying. So Some of these interceptors over Fallen's base, definitely not something I would recommend doing. They're all going to get taken out by the anti-air. Adama wants to be careful that he doesn't lose air superiority. Fallen being pretty brazen here with his ACU just going up to the mouth of Adama's base. Not going to walk all the way in though. T1 bombers coming out. It'll take some time to get anything done really. Continental looking like might pick some units up, maybe not, just moving around, making me look silly. T3 anti-air there for Fallen, not in the best position, gonna get taken out by Percy's and Lobos. Interceptors caught sleeping on the job over here, but there are too many of them still. ASF's out now for Commander Adama. He has teched up to T3 air. Still, I think T1. Yeah, just the T1 air here for Fallen. Doesn't look like he's got any big plans to tech up to T2 anytime soon. So Adama will be able to use those ASFs to get complete control of the skies. Although, I say that, quite a lot of T2 and 3 anti-air roaming around the map for Fallen. His Harbingers taking out some Percivals. He's supposed to get one more kill, probably. That's one kill. Goes down eventually. We've got a little bit of a lull. Is it just the eye of the storm though? Percy's coming in to pick a fight with these Harbingers. Harbingers, they do have radar on their side, so they'll be able to make full use of their range. Adama, on the other hand, no such radar, so they will have to get into visual range before they can start taking shots at these Harbingers. The Harbingers backing off anyway, don't want to take too much damage from those Percivals. One lone Harbinger looks like it's going to be try and be a hero. Not going to get too much done. Fallen has started the next level of his shield, so he's going to be a beefy comm. Second level of that shield giving quite a lot of hit points. We'll take a look at that in a second. This Percy is going to take one more Harbinger out. Doesn't get the last one. It's low fire rate, not in its favour. Continental dropping 6 Percys into Adama's into Fallen's base. Sorry. Just going after that T1 anti-F, and now going after engineers. Continental taking some damage, but Oblivion turret doing its best. Just 600 damage, I think, on each of those shots. Which means these Percivals can tank 12 shots, I suppose. Quick maths. And a T3 P-Gen goes down on the side of Fallen. Takes out a couple of Harbingers with it. He's going to start work straight away on building up that P-Gen again on the wreck of the old one. Those Percivals going down. They'll leave quite a lot of mass. Looks like 18,000 mass on the screen there. If Fallen can make use of it, but he is having some power troubles with now that he's trying to rebuild his P-Gen. Once he gets that built though, he should be able to make some pretty good use of all this mass that's on his side of the field now. I'm just cleaning out the Lobo infestation that was threatening to creep in. I believe, may be mistaken, but I believe Adama has an Omni sensor somewhere. Comments down below if you can see it, because I can't. Perhaps it's just a T2 radar hiding somewhere, not sure, but Adama with commanding intelligence there. C1 mechs going down to some bombers there. Harbinger looks on, sadly unable to do anything. Poor Harbinger. Probably knows that he's going to be the next target. Percy's strolling through the water. Can Harbingers go underwater? I don't think they can. No, Harbinger's not amphibious, so Percival's do have the advantage there. And the Control K comes out from Fallen. He fought valiantly, almost came back from a significant deficit in map control. He did have the total mass advantage for the first half of the game, certainly, but just about unable to turn it into a win there. The mid-game was looking quite good for him, but Adama teched up to T3. Those Percivals came out in overwhelming numbers, and his map control turned out to be superior in the end. Pretty interesting game there, 41 minutes. Don't have too much else to say about it. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.